Hi guys, I'm going to look at XPR Network. But before we start to talk about it, why don't you subscribe and click the alarm bell? And hopefully it'll keep up the algorithm, and then I'll be able to one day, soon, shortly, speak to Marshall Hayner or do a free amigos with the top FinTech guys. So let's get on with it. So let's go back to see what Marshall's been up to first. So Marshall, in February the 5th of 2023, created a few things he's been thinking about. A proposal list of work to be built for Proton between 2023 to 2026. There was 22 tasks that was to be completed, and as you can see on this task, it's quite very technical and should take a while to be done. So if you read through that, it's like, Proton DAO, Proton streaming vested payments, NFT bridge, Proton DEX liquidity incentives, Proton DEC advanced trading functions, Proton Plus biometrics, WebAuth multi-channel support, supporting Metal, Ether, BNP, AVAX, Matic, Bitcoin, and Doge. Metal Pay 3.0, Metal Dollar support, Proton compliant private transactions, Proton ISO 20022 compliance, Proton Fiat payments messaging protocol. That's interesting. Ability to interact with payment processors and banks from the chain. That's really interesting. Proton OTC integration portal for all OTC desk. That is interesting. I would go into a little bit of depth on that when we look at the DEX. Proton credit card, Proton trust accounts, Proton miner accounts, Proton invoicing, Proton compliance dashboard, Proton reporting, Proton expanding fiat ramps for all jurisdictions globally. Now that is really interesting, because I've got a feeling that one of the coins out there is going to use it, and their prices is really low at the moment. And Proton Bank API, connecting banks to handle cross-border settlement and remittance. That is also very interesting. Yeah, so that was Marshall Hayner, his proposals of work for 2023 to 2026. But in September, on September the 27th, 2023, as you can see at the top here, just there, Marshall says completed. What next? And that tells you how fast the market is actually moving. Technology is being built out very quickly, and Marshall's on the forefront of this with his ecosystem. His ecosystem is Metal, XPR, MTL. So, and it is growing. So let's see what the charts are saying for now. I know everybody wants to see the charts, so let's go. So on the chart, I've been having a quick look. So on the chart, this is actually a 4-hour chart. So let's go to the weekly chart, and then we could come back to the 4-hour chart. So on the weekly chart, we can see that basically the indicators are saying, well, it's getting down. So I'm thinking, well, maybe yes, XPR is going to go sideways for a while. You might see it try to take off on the lower time scales, but really we want the weekly to be quite powerful. So XPR, which is still labeled as Proton, this is a weekly chart, as you can see. And what I've got here, which doesn't look really good. Looks like XPR still hasn't shown that it's changing to go up yet on the weekly chart. And as you can see here, our indicators are saying that it was overbought. Didn't actually make it into the full overbought area, but it's come back to cross. So, and that is the stochastics over the RSI. So yeah, it looks like it's come back to cross on the weekly. But what can mostly happen is XPR could be moving sideways. Let's take a look, see. You can take a look and see. It's moving sideways. Here can become, I'll show you. So here, 1, 2, become a double bottom or a W. So you get this W move, and then we have a target from here to there, which is target would be here, 0.0011329. So you can see that W coming in, possible. If it goes, breaks that bottom of this low, which that low was 0.0005997. So take a look. Then we're going to see lows. But looking at it at the moment, it looks like it's creating a W. And we could take a look at the daily, and we can see this W formation. So daily, W, oops, get rid of that, get rid of that, let's have a look. There you go. So we could say here is one, and then here is the other bottom, and that here, so you have your collar, and then you have your double bottom, your W comes up, and then you'll have your target. Yeah. If you look down on the indicators, you can see the indicators are oversold on the bottom, which is stochastics RSI, and the RSI EMA is let's see what figures that is. No, it's in a good position. In a good position. It's just that the weekly is not strong enough yet. So weekly is the one that we're waiting for. Yeah, weekly is the one we're waiting for. And remember that these indicators are just indicators. Whereas if it goes into overbought on the weekly, it could sit out there for months. Yeah, and then you'd just be looking at the fluctuations on the lower time scales. So if you was to take a look at the 4 hour, you will see. Yep. You'll see, look. There you go, the fluctuations. You got your bottoms, touched, touch, touch, touch. Is it going to break this level and go beneath it? I can't tell you, but anything can happen, really. Yeah. So anything can happen. This depends on what the market makers want to do with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the one that everybody's watching at the moment. No. Onto FinTech is released within the financial system, and everybody becomes KYC, and all the services connect to must be one or two networks that's going to give them KYC, because that's what the banks want, and that's what the big boys want. They want some way of controlling what's going into the market. So at some stage it will happen. Yeah, and you'll be able to store your coins in all over the world, I suppose, in certain places, instead of just having it on your hardware wallet. Or you'll be able to interface your hardware wallet with the WebAuth wallet, and that would be interesting. Yeah. So I'm going to take a look at one more thing. So have a look. See. So on the, let's have a look. Weekly, daily. Come back and have a look. Daily. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like we're getting a double bottom on the daily, and that will give us a W. Take a look. That will give us a W. That will give us a W. We can see from here. Yeah, so you got your first target. Enjoy your trading. This information is valuable to you. You can tip me, XPR, MTL, Metal. Using your WebAuth wallet, you can send a tip to Sunseeker. There you go. Enjoy, do your own research. Oh, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and click the bell, and I'll speak to you soon.